ache.
Welcome back, guys, to another MLB The Show franchise mode here with the Chicago White Sox. We're about to start Game 5 in the Bronx, New York City. Lucas Giolito against Sonny Gray. It is a 2-2 series tie, guys, so we're going to do our best to make sure that we take the lead and we go home to Game 6 with one win away from the World Series. Welcome back, everybody, one more time to New York. Yankee Stadium. It is Game 5 of the American League Championship Series. It is 2-2 as Lucas Giolito is on the mound today for the Chicago White Sox against Sonny Gray for the New York Yankees. Each team trying to go up 3-2, trying to get that stronghold on the series, trying to win it in the next game. One of the teams is going to get the third series win. One team will not. As you guys can see, the series recap, we won the last game in 12 innings, 2-1 the final score. Every single game except Game 2 has been a one-run decision. As you can see, Sonny Gray warming up. And you guys will most likely see, yes you will, you'll see Lucas Giolito. He's not running on full rest, so that means he's not going to get the usual 7, 8, 9 innings in. So this is going to be a bullpen game. Considering the last game went to 12 innings, we can expect that we're going to see a lot of relievers because we're not fully rested. So it is going to be a bullpen game most likely. Hopefully Lucas Giolito can get us a solid 5, 6, maybe get us into the 7th inning. But we will see. So Tim Anderson walks to the plate. He's 1 for 11 so far in the American League Championship Series. As both teams have been, really, they have not been able to get much offensive going. But as always, guys, we're going to show you the first at-bat on both sides of the ball. Tim Anderson versus Sonny Gray, Game 5. He holds that one up. Tim Anderson he doesn't have the best control of that bat sometimes. He likes to swing away. As he's able to hold back there for ball 1. Sonny Gray, we saw him in the regular season, and we did extremely well against him. And we've seen him once so far in this postseason, and we were not very good. As Tim Anderson is going to line out to the second baseman, Neil Walker, for out number 1. All right, guys, Brett Gardner up first for the New York Yankees against Lucas Giolito. You guys can see his energy. It's a tick off full energy as he is going to be going against Brett Gardner. Strike 1 right over the heart of the plate, as Lucas Giolito gets his next start here in the postseason. The ace of our club, he has been our most dominant starting pitcher. As the next pitch is going to be a little bit low for ball 1. We're going to see Carlos Rodon in Game 6. It's either going to be a win and continue, or it's going to be a win and continue the series. So Carlos Rodon is going to have a lot of pressure as Brett Gardner looked to bunt that ball, but it was a little high for strike 2. Lucas Giolito trying to get possibly the first strikeout of the night, as that curveball is going to drop too low, not enough to entice Brett Gardner. Count moves to 2-2. The next pitch, as that ball is going to be hit towards the foul line. Nicky DELMONICO running over, unable to catch it. Didn't even seem like he wanted to try. Unfortunately, that's alright, because Lucas Giolito just off the corner. Count is full. Nick Castellanos is up next on deck. Lucas Giolito trying to avoid that first walk of the night, as that is going to be the first walk of the night. Fastball gets away. Brett Gardner gets first base. First base runner of the night for the Yankees. All right, Eloy Jimenez up here in the 2nd inning. 1 out, as the White Sox have not gotten a base runner yet against Sonny Gray. Eloy Jimenez trying to be the first base runner, as he's going to take that first pitch to Didi Gregorius. He's going to backhand and throw it on over for out number 2 here in the 2nd inning. Kevin Smith coming up to bat here again in the top of the 2nd inning. 2 outs. There is a runner on first and third. as Kevin Smith is trying to make his presence felt in the lineup. Unless that ball is dropped, he will not do so in this at-bat, as that is out number 3. The White Sox get some base runners on, but we're going to go to the bottom of the second inning, 0-0. All right, guys, Nick Castellanos up to bat, 0 for 1 tonight with a strikeout in the first inning. Bottom of the third, it is still a scoreless game, as we have seen through most of this series. Not much run scoring. Very good pitchers on both sides of the teams, as that is going to be ball 1 to Nick Castellanos. Lucas Giolito already 52 pitches here at the end of the third inning, trying to get out of the inning quickly, as he's only surrendered 1 base runner via a hit and only that 1 walk, so he's trying to continue to express his dominance out there on the mound, as that is going to be strike 1. Count moves to 2-1 on Castellanos. That ball, ooh, questionable call, as that looked to catch most of the plate, but it's going to move to 3-1 on Castellanos, trying to get the second base hit of the night for the New York Yankees. I do apologize. That is a questionable call. That should have probably gone the other way, but that one went the Chicago White Sox way. So you lose some and you win some. Count is full. Lucas Giolito trying to put away Nick Castellanos on strikes for the second time tonight, as that is going to be a ground ball to Yohan Moncada, and that is going to record the third out of the inning. We go to the top of the fourth, still scoreless. Top of the fifth inning, Yohan Moncada up to bat, 1 for 2 tonight, as it is now a 2-1 ball game here in the top of the fifth inning. A solo home run by Matt Davidson in the fourth, as Yohan Moncada is going to catch up on that one, and a 2-run home run by the Yankees in the bottom of the fourth inning. So the score has been broken. White Sox trying to catch up. They do not want to lose Game 5 here and be on the brink of elimination. As Sonny Gray has pitched solid, as that ball is not going to be good enough to get past Greg Bird, and that is going to be out number 3, Yohan Moncada grounding out. Matt Davidson up to bat, 1 for 2 with a solo home run in the fourth inning. Top of the sixth, still a 2-1 game in favor of the New York Yankees. Matt Davidson trying to put another run up there, as that ball is going to be popped extremely high up to second base, and that is going to be out number 2 of the inning here in the sixth inning. Gary Sanchez up to bat here in the bottom of the sixth inning. Lucas Giolito almost at the 100 pitch count mark. Got a little bit left in the tank, trying to get through the sixth inning for the White Sox, as that is going to be strike number 1 to Gary Sanchez. Lucas Giolito has looked extremely dominant the entire night, as he's trying to get the White Sox through so that the White Sox can get some offense going. It really has not been the best series in terms of offense for the Chicago White Sox, as the count is 0-2 to Gary Sanchez. Pitch number 100 is going to be ground back up the middle. Yohan Moncada gets the ball, throws it over the first, and that is an out. Gets out number 2 of the inning, retiring Gary Sanchez once again. Top of the 7th inning, Tim Anderson up to bat. Or top of the 8th inning, I do apologize. And the White Sox are down 3-1 after a Didi Gregorius solo home run, as that ball is going to be hit to Nick Castellanos at third. That ball is going to be low, and he's going to be safe. Ball in the dirt. It's most likely going to be an error charged to Nick Castellanos. Yes, it is. But the White Sox get a runner on base. You guys can see the slow motion here, as Greg Bird is unable to dig that ball out. If that eventually does happen in this slow motion, you can see him stretch it out for it. Tim Anderson trying to beat it out, and you don't get to see it because reasons. But some speed is on base, as they're going to throw on over the first to check on Tim Anderson, trying to make sure he's not moving. Yohan Moncada at the plate, a speed threat himself, as the first pitch is going to be hit down the line for a foul ball, strike 1. He's 1 for 3 tonight. Double in the third inning, as he's trying to get some runs for his team. The White Sox have been a very good late inning offensive threat, getting most of their runs here in the 8th and 9th innings, as Tim Anderson is going to steal that bag, move on over the second, eliminating the force threat. As that curveball was extremely slow, Gary Sanchez had no chance at throwing out Tim Anderson, as that is a ball as well. Move the count to 1-1. As that ball is gonna get down, that ball is gonna most likely score a run. It will. Yoan Moncada driving in a run, and it is now a 3-2 ball game here in the top of the 8th inning, as Yoan Moncada nabs his second hit of the night, driving a ball the opposite way, a single, an RBI single, to make the score 3-2. Matt Davidson up again, 1 for 3, and he's got Yoan Moncada on second base after he stole that base as well, as Tim Anderson did prior. Trying to bring in another run is Matt Davidson. That ball might get down. It will. That is going to score another run, and it is now a tied ball game here in the top of the 8th inning. Matt Davidson driving in his second run of the night. It is a 3-3 ball game. You guys can see the replay right here. Another opposite field single, as the decision to steal second again was beneficial for the Chicago White Sox. Brett Gardner back up to bat here for the New York Yankees in the bottom of the 8th inning. Cedeno is pitching for the Chicago White Sox, and is still a 3-3 tied ball game, as that is going to be a bunt, but it is going to get behind the plate. Second time we've seen Brett Gardner actually try to bunt tonight. Saw it in the first inning in his first at bat, and we're seeing it again here in the bottom of the 8th inning, just trying to do anything he can to get a runner on base. Cedeno sets. It's going to be another bunt attempt again, and he's going to miss on that one, and that is going to be strike 2. Cedeno trying to record another strikeout here tonight, and that is going to be a strikeout. He strikes out Brett Gardner for the second out here in the bottom of the 8th inning. A mound visit here in the bottom of the 8th inning. 2 outs, 2 men on, and Aaron Judge up to bat. A single by Castellanos, and then a walk. And now Aaron Judge is up to the plate as a big swing and a miss. He walked Gary Sanchez, and now a huge threat in Aaron Judge is up to the plate, as that is going to be a big fly to Matt Davidson at third base, and that is going to be out number 3 of the 8th inning, as the White Sox now will try to get the leading run here in the 9th inning. You guys can see beautiful New York City. World Trade Center 1 is up there in New York. You guys can see that if you ever come and visit New York. And Adam Engel is up to bat. Top of the 9th inning, as that ball is going to be hit down the line, foul, for strike 1. Adam Engel has had a huge postseason so far, batting .400 on the dot, as that ball is going to be way inside on Adam Engel, giving him a little shimmy shake there for ball number 1. Don't know what I'm talking about. As that ball is going to be hit down the line, and it's going to be foul, just barely foul for strike 2. A strike nonetheless. 1-2 the count, as that ball is going to be just barely fouled off by Adam Engel, doing a good job to stay alive, trying to be the leadoff guy on for the Chicago White Sox. As that ball is going to be way outside. Count moves to 2-2 here in the top of the 9th inning of Game 5 of the American League Championship Series. And Adam Engel chases some high cheese, and he is going to be the first victim here in the 9th inning. Out number 1. Didi Gregorius up to bat again. I do apologize. I said that he had a homer earlier. He actually did not. It was somebody else. I do apologize. But bottom of the 9th inning, 2 outs. Rob Scahill is in pitching for the Chicago White Sox, trying to get the White Sox to extra innings for the second night in a row. Last night's contest going to 12 innings. As again, both of these teams are trying to force the issue and get to Game 6 with a 3-2 series lead. This count is quickly 0-2 on Didi Gregorius. Rob Scahill coming in and pitching the 9th inning. And that pitch is going to be strike 3. Strikes out Didi Gregorius. And the White Sox are going up to bat here in the top of the 10th inning. Ball's going to get through the middle. The player is going to be a play at the plate. He's going to be, and that is going to be, they lead for the White Sox as that ball is thrown into center field. Yoan Moncada is going to get on over the third base. Another RBI hit by Yoan Moncada, bringing in Tim Anderson. White Sox take the lead here in the top of the 10th inning. I wasn't previously recording it, but I had to step up and show that, as now Josh Bell is up to bat here in the top of the 10th inning as the White Sox tried to advance the lead. And the pitch. That ball's going to be hit deep, and it's going to be caught. Yoan Moncada's going to tag, and he's going to score. That is going to be another run for the Chicago White Sox as they go up 5-3 here in the 10th inning. And Brett Gardner up once again. 2 outs. Top of the 10th inning. White Sox have the 5-3 lead. Jake McGee up to bat. And that is going to be fouled off for strike 1. White Sox 1 out away from taking the first lead of the series and being 1 win away from the World Series. As that ball is going to be hit over Tim Anderson's head. Nicky Delmonico is going to get to it quickly to avoid extra bases. As Brett Gardner is going to get on base for the first time tonight. You can see that ball getting over Tim Anderson's head. Nicky Delmonico getting to it quickly. As Jake McGee struck out the first 2 batters of the inning and now surrendering a hit, bringing up Nick Castellanos. And behind him stands Gary Sanchez, Aaron Judge, and Giancarlo Stanton. So Jake McGee definitely wants to get this out now, end the game now, before those big guys come up to bat. So with some speed there on first, the count moves to 2-0. And the third pitch of the at-bat is going to be a slider, just catching the corner, moving the count to 2-1. Jake McGee looking solid all night until this part, as that is going to get to the corner once again for strike 2. Jake McGee 1 pitch away. As that ball is going to be low, count moves to 3-2. The pitch is going to be hit way back. That's going to get a run in for the Yankees. As I don't know what is happening, but it is going to be a double anyways. The score moves to 5-4 with a runner on second. As you guys can see, this one getting the gap. And Adam Eagle unable to get there quickly enough. And now Gary Sanchez up to the plate. He's got 1 runner in scoring position there at second base, as that is going to be a ball. Jake McGee trying to settle himself down right now, trying to avoid a collapse, as that ball is going to be just inside. Ball 2, 2-0 the count. Gary Sanchez trying to get his Yankees on, as that is going to be ball 3. As Kevin Smith trying to calm down Jake McGee. I think he knows what's on behind Gary Sanchez. And that ball is going to be hit down the line. Hit a ton. But nothing but a loud foul ball, as that is going to be strike 1 of the at-bat. Gary Sanchez swings at strike 2, and the count is full. 3-2. 2 outs, bottom of the 10th inning. It doesn't get better than this. And the payoff. That is strike 3. White Sox take Game 5. White Sox go to Chicago with a chance to go to the World Series. Wow, what a game. White Sox showing that they can be clutch in extra innings, as they have shown the entire postseason. Really showing up late in games. Not showing up early, but showing up late. As Rob Scahill is going to walk away with the victory He pitched fantastic in that 9th inning. Jake McGee's going to get the save after surrendering a run and probably giving about every Chicago White Sox fan a heart attack. But nonetheless, we are going to Chicago with a 3-2 series lead, and we are 1 win away from going to the World Series. 1 win away. As you guys can see, the final box score, 5-9-1 for the White Sox, 4-8-2 for the Yankees, and the next time we will see you guys is going to be in Chicago. Welcome back, everybody, to Guaranteed Rate Field here in Chicago, Illinois. It is Game 6 of the American League Championship Series, and the White Sox have a chance to clinch the American League tonight. They have a chance to punch the ticket to bring them to the World Series. On the other hand, the New York Yankees are 1 game away from elimination and being eliminated 2 years in a row in the American League Championship Series. So a lot is on the line tonight in Game 6 of the American League Championship Series. As you can see last night, another 5-4 win for the White Sox, and by that, it's another one-run victory. Something that has been very consistent in this series, as 4 of the 5 games have been one-run games. As you can see, Carlos Rodon is our starter tonight. He's our guy on the mound trying to get us to the World Series. So without further ado, guys, this game is about to start. Alright guys, Brett Gardner up to bat, leading off the first inning for the New York Yankees as Carlos Rodon takes the mound. It is Game 6, as that ball is going to be first pitch, as possibly a little bit of a message being sent here in Game 6. Alright guys, Tim Anderson up to bat here in the bottom of the first inning, and it is an early 2-0 lead for the Chicago White Sox. An error on D. Gordon is costing the White Sox a run, as Tim Anderson is going to do a quick ground ball to second baseman Neil Walker for out number 1 here in the bottom of the first inning. Brett Gardner back up to bat, hoping to actually see a pitch over the plate this time, as the score remains 2-0 here in the second inning, as that is going to be ball 1. Fastball that's just a little bit low. Carlos Rodon at 28 pitches here, pitching 1 2/3 innings so far, as that ball is going to be fouled off to the right side for strike number 1. Carlos Rodon trying to get the White Sox to the World Series tonight, but giving up 2 runs there in the first inning, as this pitch is going to be popped up to him, and he's going to grab that for out number 3, sending the White Sox to the bottom of the second inning. Matt Davidson up to bat for the Chicago White Sox here in the bottom of the second inning, as that ball is going to be hit towards the gap. That's going to be extra bases for Matt Davidson up against the wall, as Aaron Judge is going to throw it in, a lead-off double for Matt Davidson here in the bottom of the second inning, getting the first hit of the night for the Chicago White Sox, driving it opposite field. Matt Davidson being one of the most solid performers for the Chicago White Sox. Really, the first 6 batters in the lineup have been fantastic for the White Sox, and he has been one of them. Eloy Jimenez up to bat, has not been as productive in the championship series, but nonetheless, he is one of the guys you want up there in a situation like this with an RBI waiting there on second base for him. As that is going to be, strike 1. That is a bit of a questionable call. You guys can see it coming over the plate, just nicking the plate. You can see that motion on that curveball, bringing it back in over the plate for strike 1 against Eloy Jimenez. Matt Davidson on second base. Nobody out here in the bottom of the second inning, as that is going to be a curveball that is going to move the runner over, and the first out here in the bottom of the second inning. Aaron Judge up here in the top of the third inning, 1 for 1 in tonight's game. 2 outs here in the top third inning. Carlos Rodon trying to get another 1-3. 1-3? That doesn't make sense. 1-2-3 inning. Sorry for my terrible English, as the White Sox are trying to get through the inning. Aaron Judge swinging way over the top of a ball, as Carlos Rodon knows where he wants to throw the next one. And, ooh. Aaron Judge was thinking about swinging at that one, but he didn't. Trying to pull the trigger. Carlos Rodon, 1-2 count. As that one's going to get way out of the zone. Carlos Rodon probably having a little bit of pregame jitters carrying over to his start. As that ball is going to be hit way back. As that is going to be a no doubt about it. Aaron Judge increasing the lead for the New York Yankees. A solo home run for him, making the score 3-0 here in the top of the third inning. Carlos Rodon, you can see Aaron Boone very excited that his big slugger coming through here in an elimination game for the New York Yankees. A monster home run for the monster himself. You can see this rate. A pretty good located pitch, but Aaron Judge just got the better of it, driving it over the Chicago White Sox bullpen in left field. And unfortunately, that is going to increase the score for the New York Yankees. Giancarlo Stanton walks up to bat, 0 for 1 here in the top of the sixth inning. Alec Hansen coming in the pitch. As you can see, he's already at 81 pitches. He came in the fourth inning, I believe, if I do recall correctly. Already having a bit of a workload. I don't believe he's actually thrown 82 pitches. I think that is a mistake via MLB, as that count is going to be now 2-0 to Stanton. Alec Hansen, a starter with the Chicago White Sox for majority of the season, in the bullpen as a long reliever this postseason, as the White Sox opted to stay with a 4-man rotation, as that ball is going to be hung right over the plate. Some girl was a little scared, you could hear that. And the count is now 2-2. And that is going to be strike 3. He puts down Stanton on strikes for out number 1 here in the top of the sixth inning. Nicky Delmonico up to bat for the Chicago White Sox, 0 for 2 tonight in a now 6-0 game. But he's got 2 guys on, nobody out here in the bottom of the seventh inning. As that ball is going to get, it's going to be 1 out. They're not going to get him at second base. It's going to move the runners into scoring position here with 1 out, bringing up Omar Narvaez. He's 0 for 2, as both of the catchers have been very ineffective for the Chicago White Sox this postseason, as Jimenez and Angle are on third and second respectively, as he's going to swing at a very high fastball, just barely getting a piece of it for strike number 1. The next pitch, that's going to be tipped as well, a curveball out of the strike zone for strike number 2. And the pitch. As that ball's going to get down, that's going to at least score a run. That ball's going to be thrown high, but Greg Bird, as tall as he is, getting that pitch, or getting that ball thrown, and that is going to be out number 2 here in the bottom of the seventh inning. Greg Bird up to bat here in the top of the eighth inning. Izzari is in the pitch in a 6-2 ball game. White Sox need to score some runs if they want to get a win tonight and not go to Game 7. As Zari 0-1 the count to Greg Bird. That ball is going to be fouled off for strike number 2. As the White Sox trying to get to the bottom of the eighth inning and score some runs. As that is going to be strike 3. Izzari puts down Birds on strike. Bird on strikes, not Birds on strike. That wouldn't make sense. Let's just go to the top or the bottom of the eighth inning, down 6-2. Well, Nicky Delmonico is up to bat. We are down to our final out here in Game 6. Barring a miracle, it looks like we're going to be heading to a Game 7, guys. As that is going to be strike 1, a low pitch. Nicky Delmonico swinging. Not the way the Chicago White Sox wanted tonight to go, as it looks like the Yankees are going to push a Game 7, as that is going to be fouled off, a changeup out of the strike zone for strike number 2. The White Sox did not have the stuff they needed tonight, as that ball is going to be hit, and a very symbolic catch right there to kind of capture the Chicago White Sox tonight, just not getting any breaks and not being able to take advantage of the opportunities that they had, as the New York Yankees are going to force a Game 7. 2 years in a row the Yankees are going to Game 7 in the American League Championship Series. Last year they lost to the Houston Astros. What will their fate be this year? So the next time we're going to see you guys is going to be Game 7. We're going to show it to you in this episode. It's going to be a 3-game episode. Chicago White Sox trying to get to the World Series. They are 1 game away. But either one of these teams will go on to face the Dodgers in the World Series, whether it is the Yankees or the White Sox. You guys are going to see that next. Michael Kopech's going to be out on the mound for the Chicago White Sox. You can see the final box score, 6-9-0 for the Yankees, 2-6-1 for the White Sox. And we will see you guys in Game 7. And welcome everybody to Guaranteed Rate Field. It is Game 7 of the American League Championship Series. It doesn't get better than this. Series tied at 3-3. Tonight we'll choose the winner of the American League and who will be the American League's representative at the World Series. It's going to be either the New York Yankees or the Chicago White Sox. Both teams have fought extremely hard to put themselves in this situation. You can see the recap. Game 6 was a little bit of a trend breaker, as it was not a 1-run game. Montgomery getting the win, Rodon making the loss. Michael Kopech is going to be out in Game 7, the biggest start of his career. And Nathan Eovaldi, I don't know if I said his name right, but he's kind of he's not a household name. So really 2 young rookie guys going out in Game 7. 1 win away from the World Series. Not how you would have thought to, write it up and whatnot. But it is Game 7. It is the New York Yankees. It is the Chicago White Sox. And we are about to start. And as always, guys, Brett Gardner is up to bat first for the New York Yankees. And as always, guys, we're going to show you the first at bat on both sides of the ball as Michael Kopech makes the biggest start of his life. As that is going to be ball 1, 98 miles per hour, fastball for ball 1. Michael Kopech hopefully being able to calm his nerves, as that ball's going to be hit down the line. As another jump. It is another jump. As that ball is going to be thrown in, it is going to be a triple. As another mistake by the Chicago White Sox is going to cost them. As Brett Gardner is going to get down the line. D. Gordon is out tonight because he has been extremely inefficient, as that is going to be the first hit of the game. Alright guys, Tim Anderson up to bat first. And a little bit of a damper in the crowd because it is 4-0 New York Yankees to start the game. It has not been the way the Chicago White Sox thought it would have started. Michael Kopech, you can see him standing there. Not the start he would have wanted, nor any Chicago White Sox fan would have wanted, as it is 4-0 early, but it is early, meaning we are not out of this just yet, guys. Tim Anderson going to fly out to Aaron Judge for the first out of the game, but there are 26 more outs for the Chicago White Sox to make before this game is over, at minimum, so we have plenty of time to make that up. And a chance to make it up we do right now. Eloy Jimenez up to bat here in the bottom of the first inning, and he's got 2 guys on, 2 outs. It seems to be the story for the Chicago White Sox to have 2 guys on and 2 out in this series, as that ball is going to be grounded to Neil Walker, and that is going to be out number 3. Once again, the Chicago White Sox unable to do anything with runners in scoring position, as we're going to go to the second inning, 4-0 New York Yankees. Greg Bird up to bat here in the top of the 3rd inning. And I think you guys can tell by my own voice, a little disappointed. 8-0 here in the top of the 3rd inning. Michael Kopech this is going to be his last inning, no matter what. Disappointing is to say the least. Game 7, you would hope for a close, a tight game. Right now, it is not, with the way the Chicago White Sox bats have been the entire series. It is tough to imagine the Chicago White Sox digging themselves out of this one, as that is going to be ball one. Michael Kopech, he's going to try to take this into next season as a learning curve. He's been through lots of ups and downs, as that is going to be a slider high as well. He's going to try to learn from this. This has been a huge season for him, getting his first major league. You know, it is a little bit of major league in him. And I mean, first year getting Game 7 thrown upon him is big, as that is going to be ball 3 to Greg Bird, with nobody out here in the top of the third inning, as that is going to be ball 4, another walk by Michael Kopech. After being up 0-2 in the count, Michael Kopech walks Greg Bird with 4 straight balls. As you guys can see the pitch sequence, first 2 strikes, and then a couple high pitches there, a changeup, a slider, a fastball that looked low, and another fastball that was just off the plate for ball 4. Matt Davidson up to bat, a walk in his first plate appearance tonight, and 13-0 here in the bottom of the 4th inning. So for the guys that I game with on this channel, Darkmere 002, Alex McGregor, I'm sure they're cheering a little bit on the inside, as they are New York Yankees fans. And the New York Yankees are looking like they're going to be advancing to the World Series. It's a bit of a hard pill to swallow, as that ball is hit deep. It might get out of here, and it will. A home run from Matt Davidson. At least you guys get to hear Nancy Faust in memory in the background, as the White Sox at least get on the board here. And now a 13-1 game. Matt Davidson taking a ball deep like he has all season long. Unfortunately, unable to do it at key moments in games in this series. But nonetheless, he takes one deep here to left field, left center field. 110 mile per hour off the bat at a 22.45 launch angle, getting over the left field fence, 421 feet. Very impressive for Matt Davidson, as the score is now 13-1. White Sox trying to stage a little bit of a comeback, a little at a time. Tim Anderson up to bat now here in the bottom of the 4th inning. 2 on, 2 out, as I'm sure you could imagine. Tim Anderson trying to get a couple more runs in to make this a competitive game. That ball is coming down, but it is going to be caught for out number 3. Aaron Judge making the catch, and then we go to the top of the 5th inning. GIANCARLO Stanton up to bat. He is a triple away from the cycle here in Game 7 of the American League Championship Series. Michael Yanoa is out there on the mound, as that is going to be taken for a strike. 0-1 the count, as Gary Sanchez is on first base. Double play is an option here, so that is going to be taken for ball 1. White Sox are still down by 11 in this game, but as you guys saw a previous episode, we beat the not the New York Yankees, we beat the Cleveland Indians 22-16. So it's definitely possible for the White Sox to come back, as Michael Yanoa strikes out Stanton for out number 2 here in the top of the 5th inning. Yoan Moncada up to bat, 1 for 3 in tonight's game. We are in the bottom of the 6th inning in a 13-3 game. 2 outs, 2 men on, first and second, as I'm sure you guys could have guessed. As that ball is going to be hit up the middle. That is going to get a run in, most likely, and it does. It was a lot closer than I expected it to be, as that was Kevin Smith on the base pass, a slower guy. But nonetheless, Yoan Moncada gets another run in, and now a 13-4 ball game here. It's not over yet, guys. It's not over yet. The odds are slim. However, it's not over yet. As now Josh Bell comes up to bat. 2 men on, 2 outs. As Yoan Moncada's going for second. He's going to get in safely. Now runners on second and third with 2 outs. You can see Yoan Moncada taking second. Surprisingly, they threw it down to second base. Tim Anderson not taking home on the play, as the count is 0-1 to Josh Bell. Oh, a big curveball. The change of speeds. Josh Bell way out ahead of it. Now the count is 0-2 to Josh Bell. Trying to manufacture some runs here, as that ball is going to be hit pretty high, but not deep enough. It is so close to a 3-run home run, but not far enough. That's going to end the 6th inning. 13-4 is our score. Didi Gregorius up to bat here in the top of the 8th inning. Gregor Infante in the pitch, as the first pitch is going to be taken just high for a ball. You can see Ricky Renteria not happy at all with that call, as it was a borderline pitch. You guys can see in the tracker in your left corner, as that is going to be strike one. A fastball just a tad bit lower there to Didi Gregorius. Gregor Infante, one of the best bullpen pitchers for the Chicago White Sox this season, wasn't seen very much in this series due to he had some arm problems, but he's in here tonight trying to hold the score, as the White Sox are not going to quit just because they are down by quite a few runs, as that is now 3-1 the count to Didi Gregorius. White Sox trying to avoid getting another runner on base, as that is going to be a swing and a miss, evening up the count, or not evening up the count, filling up the count to 3-2. It has been quite the game. The words are not quite there, as that is going to be another walk. Getting outside for ball 4, leadoff man on here in the top of the 8th inning for the Yankees. All right, guys, Eloy Jimenez up to bat, and we are down to our final out of the year. It is still 13-4 here. Runner on second base, 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th inning. Eloy Jimenez up to bat, swinging for the fences, as that is high, but is not deep enough, as that is going to be the final out of the year. And the New York Yankees are advancing to the World Series. They were unable to get there last year, as they lost in Game 7 to the Houston Astros, but they celebrate tonight at Guaranteed Rate Field, as they are going to go on to face the Los Angeles Dodgers in the World Series. White Sox, a team that nobody would have expected to be in this position. We were, I believe, 7 games under 500 at the trade deadline, and we made it to Game 7 of the American League Championship Series. A lot like the New York Yankees last year. A path not expected to be taken, and now look at them this year. They're on to the World Series. So congratulations to the New York Yankees. You can see Stanton 3 for 6 tonight. A home run, a double, 5 RBIs. Congratulations to him. Congratulations to the New York Yankees. But unfortunately, guys, that is going to be the end of our season. But the fun is not ending here. It's just starting. We are starting the off season. We have free agency. We have some trades in mind. I can tell you one thing, guys. D. Gordon is gonna be on the move. That is a move that's happening. And if I have anything to do with it, Chicago White Sox are going to be bringing back a familiar face. So that is unfortunately going to do it for this episode, guys. The White Sox lose in Game 7 of the American League Championship Series, but the offseason is onward. You can see the final box score, 13-3-0 for the New York Yankees, 4-13-1 for the White Sox. That's going to do it for this episode, guys, and we will see you next episode.